I have waited for 2 months to make this video. I wanted to see almost every aspect of a new presidential race. Just a few days before the talk between Kamala and Trump, I decided to share my thoughts. Definitely after a failed assassination attempt on Trump, Biden left the race. It was really fun to guess who would replace Biden. I was believing that Obama's wife Michelle will take Biden's place, but the elite decided to go with Kamala. Obama and Michelle were the last ones who supported her. This fake video of Kamala talking happily with Obama is one of the best representations of American politics I have ever seen. It is so fake, the smile, the footage, the play. It is just for dummies, even though I believe even they understand this is just amateur-made video. I agree with one Ukrainian expert that the reason why Democrats chose her was because simply she is really easy to control. Rumors are spreading that Kamala Harris was an escort in her prime. In San Francisco, Kamala was reportedly known by the nickname San Francisco Girl for her relationship with the city's married mayor, Willie Brown. Willie used Kamala as a playgirl for a long time and even gave her a Ferrari. It's none of my business to comment on the personal lives of people. Yet, in this particular case, we are talking about a person who might get to the code of nuclear power of the USA. Let's also add to this fact that she is how Americans like to say, black woman, who has a transgender boy or girl. It is insane how this, at first glance, not so much related to the political career, can be so important in American politics. You can be transgender yourself or have hundreds of transgender kids, it doesn't make you great in politics. Yes, it shows that you are close to people, but in this case, it's just a wrapper which hides the true nature of a person. When Kamala was selected by Democrats, suddenly, in quotes, she started winning over Trump. Her ratings in independent media publications began to rise. Immediately comes to mind the very fact that the same way was with Hillary. Then she lost. With Kamala it is a more cringy and questionable approach because we all remember those polls about Kamala being possibly the worst unpopular vice president ever. She's not charismatic, she lies a lot, her life is cringe. Compared to her, Trump's confidence will be a crushing force. Even Trump's aggressive rhetoric will look in a better way than everything in Kamala. Some experts say that she is having this popularity only because of Trump's bad reputation. And some say for Trump it's better to not talk at all because when he does, he hurts his popularity compared to her. We will be able to see it in a few days when they face each other on TV. It is important to note how both of these candidates will affect the geopolitical world. On 5th of September, Putin said, "Our candidate Biden left the race. Biden recommended all his supporters to support Ms. Harris, so we will do the same. We will support her." Second, she loves so expressively and infectiously, which means that she is doing well. Trump has imposed more sanctions on Russia than any president has imposed before, and if Harris is doing well, then perhaps she will refrain from such actions. Trump thanked Putin for such a statement. Russians and I believe many other countries too understand that predicting the future with both candidates is impossible. Because the whole American establishment in the past years became so unstable and dependable on the current trends that trying to have independent policies is almost impossible. As a fan of politics, Trump is closer to me, and if I was American I would vote for him. Not because I agree with him, not at all. My views on the world and his are opposite. The reason why I would choose him is that you don't need to be an expert in politics to see how badly it is rotten inside of the American establishment. I have explained it in my previous videos. Mass media is fully controlled by oligarchs. The Wall Street is controlled by oligarchs. If you disagree with any trend inside of the country, right away you become an enemy to the state. An insane amount of debt which I believe none of these two candidates will even dare to solve. A completely failed immigration policy. The USA needs a radical solution, and Trump is a radical politician who is ready to take those measurements. Not all is based on human rights, but what we see in the USA, this is currently in the name of the future of the country. Ideal human rights is the last thing to think about right now. So this is why if I was American, I would go for Trump. But I'm not American, I'm Russian. With all respect to the American nation, first of all I need to think about my country, and then others. In this case, it is indeed obvious that for Russia and even China, Kamala is a better option. None of us believes that Trump or Kamala will stop a war in Ukraine. The USA put so much prestige into it, losing it after a humiliation in Afghanistan will bring a lot of consequences. Actually, it is already happening with Houthis and other militants. But even in the Ukrainian case, Kamala still looks more preferable because Trump indeed can give more powerful weapons to Ukraine, not Zelensky. I want to underline it, to Ukraine, not Zelensky. With Democrats, Russia somehow could build a weak but still a dialogue. Trump will not listen until the end. Nevertheless, the presidential race continues in the USA. We will see a lot of fun events.